Hi guys, so whilst looking through my channel page, I've realised I haven't actually done a portfolio update since August, which is insane. So I'm going to do a few portfolio updates sort of as soon as I can, and we're going to kick off with Trading 212. So there's been quite a few changes. Obviously, if you follow me, if you watch my videos, you know that I've been selling off a few of my investments to help pay for the house build. But I've also been selling off from my non-ISA accounts. So if you pay attention to this kind of stuff, you know that as of April this year, the tax-free allowances for investments are going down. So the capital gains tax allowance and the dividend allowance is going down massively. So I've been sort of migrating investments a little bit into the ISA. So considering my ISA for this year was not with Trading 212, I've sort of been selling off from the Trading 212 Invest account and putting it into my Invest Engine account in terms of the ones that I'm reinvesting, and also adding a little bit to my eToro profile, just because I've got people copying me there, so I do need to sort of mimic my strategy there, which is obviously regular investing. But I want to show you how it's been performing, because Trading 212 was one of the first profiles that I opened. And actually it's one of the only ones at the moment that's still overall showing as a profit. So it's over 10% up last I checked, which is pretty good considering most people, when they started investing after the last crash, are down. And obviously my other portfolios are down because they're not as far along as the Trading 212. And I think that's really, really important to remember, especially when you're seeing lots of red in your own portfolio. So let's kick off. I'm going to quickly go through the normal invest account, which, like I said, it only has 4 positions remaining now, I think, or something like that. So that will be a very quick whiz through. And then we'll go through the ISA, which, again, I haven't really been topping up, but any dividends that I've gotten, I've been reinvesting, so we'll see how that's all performing. Okay, so the first position still remaining in my invest account is Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat is doing terribly. As you can see here, it's minus 86%, which is just terrible. I'm not really selling this one. It's doing so badly that I don't really want to sell it at this much of a loss. But I think once I set up my new ISA for the new tax year, which I think will probably be with Trading 212, I will migrate it across to the ISA account. So yeah, 86% down. I've not added anything to it. I'm just letting it be and seeing what happens. Next is iShares electric vehicles. So on this one, I've got 44.67 shares, which is 3.7 shares more than last time. So I have added to this position. Currently only about 1.3% up, but that's okay. For me, this is a long-term thing. National Grid next, generally one of my favorite investments with regards to dividends. So currently 37.5 shares. I do have more in my ISA for National Grid, so I will merge later on if I do choose my ISA to be with Trading 212. The current position is about 5 shares more than my last portfolio update. And I'm currently down 6.8%, but like I said, this one for me is purely a dividend investment. So if we have a look at the history, you can see here I had £6 dividend here on the 12th of January. So bear that in mind, because in the ISA I'll show you, and it was a much higher one there because I've got a bigger position there. And the final position in the invest account is Shell. So here I've got 14.9 shares, which is about 2 shares higher than my last portfolio update. I'm up 16% on Royal Dutch Shell, which is about a £48 increase. So total position £351. So about £1,000 in total on the invest accounts. But then if we move along to the ISA, you can see here it's 10.4% up at the moment. So a £524 increase. So 5,000 invested and then current value 5.5. So the first two, I would just scroll down here. I haven't changed either of them. So we've got AbbVie, £65, currently up 74%, which is insane. Unfortunately, only £28 because it's a very small position. And then Google down 14%, which is pretty poor for Google, but about £20 down, so £126 there. So these two I haven't made any changes to. Apple as well, no changes in terms of position, up 22.7%, which again, very small position, £87 there, so £16.26. AT&T, for a long time I've not made any changes here, but 24% down here. It does seem to have slightly recovered from the lowest point it's ever been on, but still not really going very far. Comcast currently down 3.4%, so just about 2 shares in them. Again, for me, they are very much a dividend stock, so not really expecting huge gains from them. Dover, no change, currently up 24%. So again, a small amount, only £6 up, but percentage-wise, pretty good. Enviva, 9.5% up on them, which is about £3. Now, Royal Mail, I've got 8.9 shares here, which is about £20. Currently down £21, so 51% down. Not great at the moment, but we'll see how they get on because I do think that this should go up in the future. But again, please don't take this as investment advice. iShares Core FTSE 100 up 15%. I've got 30.5 shares here. No changes so far. I promise I have made some changes. It's just all the first initial list don't have any changes. But yeah, £230 in here, up 15%. Now, physical gold, this is a new addition. I know I've had it before, I think in the invest account, potentially, and then I sold it and now it's in my ISA account. So I've added 0.59 shares here, and it is currently up 4.8%, which is pretty good. It's a fairly new investment. So yeah, £17.83 in that one. Physical silver not doing so well. I've added 0.37 shares, so I think I had 7 shares last time. But currently down 13.8%, which is about £21. Johnson & Johnson, 4.55 shares here. Again, I had a much bigger position in them in my invest account, but currently on here I've got about £600, and it's currently up 11.5%, which is about £62, as you can see here. And if we go to history, you can see here getting about £3.50 each time for dividends. And as you can see here, I have added 0.047 of a share. It's basically just reinvesting the last 2 dividends. Microsoft, no change in position, £57, 0.29 shares, currently up 15.3%, which is about £7.60. National Grid, as I mentioned, one of my favorites. So I've got 94.86 shares on here. So I am currently up 15.9% on this one, which is about £133. And as I said, if we look at the dividend, you can see here the last 3 have been pretty good. So I had £16, £32 and £16. So that to me is a fairly decent dividend. Realty income, I have increased by about 0.098 of a share. So I've got 32.18 shares worth £1,770. Which is about 16% up at the moment, so £245 up. And if we have a look at the history of dividends, we can see here that about £5.50, £5.70, £6, so around that £5.50 every single month, which is not too shabby. Starbucks, 2 shares here, up 14.6%, which is about £22.50. So currently worth about £177. Tesla, I've increased by about 0.16 of a share. So £89 at the moment, 12% up, 12.1% up. Which is just under £10 increase. But you can see it's dropped here by quite a bit. So I'm still hopeful that it will recover a little bit more and go up even further. Vanguard S&P 500. So I've got the two here. Obviously, one is held in pounds, one is held in dollars. So we've got the one where I have two shares, I have increased slightly, again by like 0.1 of a share, but both are up. One is up by 3%, one is up by 1%. And that is pretty much it. So as you can see, a lot of green here in comparison to a lot of other portfolios that I hold. And again, a big part of this is just that I don't take too much risk, and this was invested in during the last crash, so, or at least most of it was. So, you know, it does help that I've held onto it for so long. Okay, no point waffling anymore. Do let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this was useful. If you do want a free share from Trading 212 and you haven't signed up yet, if you use my link down below, we both get a free share worth up to £100, €100, one of the two. I will check, I will put it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.